Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tazeen, and just a quick note before we start, I am narrating these stories in my own voice, so you might hear a few small mistakes sometimes. I am still improving and I really appreciate your patience and support. Now grab a snack, sit back and enjoy today's direct story. I never thought I had to choose between my wife and my own brother. When he lost everything, I opened my home without hesitation. 3 months later, I was standing in my living room telling him to pack his bags. My entire family called me heartless, but they did not see what he did behind closed doors. For some background, I am 34-year-old and my wife Sarah is 27. We have been married for 4 years. Sarah has dreamed of becoming an actress since she was 9 years old. Some people think acting is easy. Trust me, it is not. Every single day she practiced scripts, took acting classes, attended auditions, and spent hours improving herself. Sometimes she get close, then she received another rejection email. Still, she never gave up. That's one of many reasons I fell in love with her. I work as a software engineer. Thankfully, my job pays well enough that Sarah does not have to work a regular 9 to 5 job. People assume she is unemployed. She is not. Preparing for auditions is practically a full-time job. I always told her, don't worry about money. Your focus is you should focus on your dream. One day someone will notice your talent. And she had smiled and says, I hope you are right. Then there was my younger brother Jack. Jack was 32-year-old. Growing up, everyone treated him like a baby of the family. Whenever he got into trouble, mom fixed it, dad paid for it. Grandpa bought him another car. If he lost a job, someone else found him another one. He had never truly been on his own. About 6 months ago, Jack called me out of nowhere. His voice sounded desperate. Can I stay with you for a few weeks? My landlord kicked me out. I asked what happened. He blamed his boss, his landlord, his ex-girlfriend, even the neighbors. According to Jack, nothing was ever his fault. Still, he was my brother, so I said yes. 1 month. That was the deal. 30 days. Just enough time for him to find another place. He promised I will be gone before you know it. Looking back, that was the first time. The first week eventually went well. Jack thanked us constantly. He even cooked dinner once. Sarah welcomed him like family. She cleaned the guest room, bought his favorite snacks, even helped him update his resume. She believed he just needed a fresh start. I wanted to believe that too. But by the second week, things started changing. Dirty dishes appeared everywhere. Empty soda cans covered the coffee table. His laundry somehow always ended up outside the washing machine instead of inside it. One afternoon, I came home from work and found Sarah is folding Jack's cloth. I immediately asked, what are you doing? She smiled. Oh, he said he did not know how to use our washing machine. I laughed. He is 32. She shrugged. I did not mind helping. Jack overheard us from the couch. Without even looking away from the TV, he said, she's always home all the day anyway. The room went completely silent. Sarah forced a smile, but I could tell that comment hurt. I looked at Jack. She's not your maid. He rolled his eyes. I was joking. I wanted to believe him, so I let it go. That was my mistake. Few days later, Sarah finally received incredible news. Her agent called. She had landed a callback for a lead role in a major streaming series. Not just another audition, a callback. She was the one step away from changing her entire career. I had never seen her so excited. She hugged me so tightly I could barely breathe. This could be it, she whispered. I know it is, I told her. That night we celebrated with takeout and watched her favorite movie. Even Jack congratulated her, or at least he pretended to, because over the next few days I started noticing something strange. Every time Sarah practiced her lines, Jack found a reason to interrupt. She had blast music, turn the TV volume all the way, start vacuuming, and yell while playing online games. At first I thought it was just a bad timing, but then it kept happening again and again and again. I had a horrible feeling it was not an accident anymore. For the next week, Sarah did everything she could to prepare for her callback. She practiced every morning, after every afternoon. Sometimes she had stand in front of a bathroom mirror for an hour, repeating the same lines until they sounded perfect. This was not just an other audition. If she got this role, it could completely change our lives. She had worked for this moment since she was a little girl. I was not going to let anything to ruin it, or at least that was I thought. One evening while we were eating dinner, Sarah looked at Jack and smiled. Hey, I have my callback on Friday around noon. It's over Zoom, so I just need the house to stay quiet for about an hour. Jack barely looked up from his phone. Sure, whatever. That should have been the end of it, but it was not. The very next morning, Sarah started rehearsing in the living room. Less than 5 minutes later, Jack walked into the kitchen. He turned on the blender, not for 30 seconds, not for almost 5 seconds. Sarah stopped speaking. She looked confused. When the blender finally stopped, she started again. Jack immediately turned on the television, as loud as it would go. I walked into the room and grabbed the remote. What are you doing? She shrugged. I am watching the game. You know she's practicing, so it's just acting. That sentence stayed in my head. It's just acting. Later that night, I told him we needed to talk. Listen, I said. This house belonged to both me and Sarah. She's worked for the year to get this opportunity. I need you to respect that. Jack laughed. I don't get why everyone treats acting like a real career. 99% of actors fail. She should get a normal job. I felt my blood pressure rise. I took a deep breath. Whether you respect her career or not, you will respect my wife. He rolled her eyes. Fine, but I could already tell he was not listening. Finally, Friday arrived, the biggest day of Sarah's career. She woke up early. She spent hours getting ready. She practiced one last time. Then she looked at me and smiled nervously. What if I mess up? I kissed her forehead. You would not. You have earned this. Unfortunately, someone else had different plans. About 20 minutes before the callback, I had to leave for an important meeting at work. Before walking out of the door, I looked directly at Jack. This is important. Keep the house quiet. He nodded. I got it. I wanted to believe him. Around noon, my phone buzzed. It was Sarah. She never called during auditions. I immediately answered. She was not speaking. She was crying. Between sobs, she whispered, Can you come home? My stomach dropped. I left work without saying another word. The drive home felt endless. When I opened the front door, the first thing I heard was shouting. Not Sarah, Jack. He was sitting on the couch, screaming at a football game on TV. The volume was so loud I could hear it from outside. Sarah was sitting on the stairs, still wearing her audition outfit, mascara running down her face. Her laptop was closed beside her. The moment she saw me, she completely broke down. I walked over to her. What happened? She could not even finish a sentence. Finally, she whispered. They ended the call. They said there was too much background noise. I asked Jack to please be quiet. He laughed. My hands clenched into fists. I slowly turned toward my brother. He did not even look sorry. Instead, he said, Oh, relax. If she's really talented, one audition will not matter. That was it. Months of disrespect, weeks of warnings, and now he had ruined the biggest opportunity of my wife's life. I looked down straight in the eyes and said 5 words that changed everything. Pack your bags. You are leaving today. The second those words left my mouth, the entire house went silent. Jack looked at me and laughed. You are joking. I did not laugh back. No, I am completely serious. Pack your bag. He stood up and crossed his arms. So you are choosing your wife over your own brother? I looked over at Sarah. She was still sitting on the stairs, wiping away tears. Then I looked back at Jack. No, I am choosing the person who has respected me every single day. You stopped being my responsibility a long time ago. Jack shook his head. This is ridiculous. It was just an audition. She can just do another one. Sarah finally spoke. Her voice was quiet. It was not just one audition. It was months of preparation. I asked you for 1 hour, and you could not even give me that. For the first time, Jack actually looked uncomfortable. But instead of apologizing, he doubled down. Maybe if you had a real job, people could take you seriously. I saw Sarah's face fall. That was the final straw. I walked upstairs, grabbed Jack's suitcase, opened his closet, and started throwing his clothes inside. Jet stormed upstairs behind me. What the hell are you doing? I am helping you leave. You can't kick me out. I have nowhere to go. I zipped up the suitcase. You should have thought about that before disrespecting the people giving you a free place to live. He snatched the suitcase out of my hand and threw it across the room. He pulled out his phone, and a few minutes later, my mother's name appeared on my screen. I already knew what was coming. I answered before I could even say hello. She started yelling, "How could you throw your brother out? He's struggling. He needs family." I took a deep breath. Mom, do you know what he did today? He ruined Sarah's biggest audition on purpose. She went quiet for a second, then she said something that shocked me. Well, she's young. She will get another chance. I looked at Sarah. She heard every word. The disappointment on her face hurt more than anything. I calmly replied, "And what about Jack? How many chances does he get?" Silence. Then she quietly said, "Please don't do this." I ended the call. Jack still refused to leave, so I did something I never imagined I have to do. I called the police. About 20 minutes later, 2 officers arrived. After I explained the situation and showed them he was no longer welcome in my home, they asked Jack to gather his belongings. He argued, complained, even accused Sarah of turning me against him. But in the end, he walked out carrying his 2 suitcases without saying goodbye, without apologizing, without taking any responsibility, just like always. The house felt strangely quiet after he left. Sarah sat on the couch, staring at the floor. "I feel guilty," she whispered. I sat beside her. "Why?" "Because your family is angry because of me." I gently took her head. "They are angry because they refuse to hold him accountable. You did nothing wrong." For the first time that day, she smiled, a small smile, but it was enough. About 6 months later, something incredible happened. Sarah got another call back. This time it was for even a bigger project. Before the audition, she looked at me nervously. "What if something goes wrong again?" I smiled. "It will not. This house belongs to the people who believe in you." She laughed and walked into her office. 1 hour later, she came running downstairs, crying, laughing, barely able to speak. I got it. She had booked the role, her very first lead role in a streaming series. I picked up her and spun her around the living room. Every sacrifice, every late night rehearsal, every rejection had finally been worth it. As for Jack, he moved in with another relative. From what I heard, things did not last there either. Eventually, people realized the problem was not his bad luck, it was him. Even my parents admitted they had spent years protecting him from the consequences of his own actions. They apologized to both of us. It took time, but our relationship slowly healed. Jack, however, still insisted everyone abandoned him. Sometimes helping someone means giving them another chance, but sometimes the kindest thing you can do is stop rescuing someone who refuses to change. So this is the whole story, and I want to know your opinion about today's story, and I will meet you in the next one. Bye bye, tata.